Welcome back to the Jesse Rosinsky Show. Appreciate the time. Don't forget, quick heads up, if you'd prefer just living the audio version and not having to see this beautiful mug with its half tooth, I'm available on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Check it out there if you have any of those for audio only. Now let's jump into it. I've been covering the Mohammad Anwar, case. Because the mainstream media still only mentioned it two or three times, a couple times, except for Tucker. I've seen that in my newsfeed as I'm going through. Just looking for wrestling deals and stuff. There has been, Tucker's been good and covered it. So I have to give Tucker that much. But anyway, Mohammad Anwar, 66-year-old Pakistani immigrant who was just an Uber Eats driver out doing his job. Till 13 and 15-year-old girls, respectively, tased him, threw him out of his car, and carjacked him. Ended up dying, and they made it to the end of the block in the video you see before they wrecked it and flipped the thing, because, geniuses. Murder. Murderers. 13 and 15-year-old murderers. Carjacking, all kinds of, great things going on there. They got their plea deals for it. I don't think they deserve plea deals. Hell, especially the one girl after they wrecked it. You see her sitting there trying to get back into the vehicle after they wrecked it, yelling because she didn't have her phone. That was her priority. I gotta get my phone. Never mind, you guys just tased the guy, stole his car, and then flipped the thing at the end of the block. No, you need to get your phone. It's good to see that's a priority of, the generation nowadays behind us. Behind me. Well behind me. Hopefully I'm dead before they start running anything. And if not, I'm screwed. But they got their plea deals, and they'll know their deals included, avoiding detention in prison facilities. And they won't be held past the age of 21. And they're still, capable if dubbed and deemed rehabilitated. Let's go with that over rehabbed. Rehabilitated. They can get out sooner, which means the 15-year-old can, it's already doing less than 6 years, can get out sooner than that. And the 13-year-old, who's already going to do less than 8 years, can get out sooner than that for murder. You do realize there's people that, got arrested for, trespassing? Literally, that was their one charge. On January 6th, that are still in jail. They're probably going to see, are technically seeing more jail time, jail time, than these girls are going to for murder. Murder. In case I didn't say the word enough, murder. And carjacking. On top of it, and they're not going to do actually any real, jail time. Or have to worry about anything. I'm sorry. What the hell is wrong with these people even let that be a real thing? Because they're two black teens? Is that what it is? Look at all the stuff that happened last year. A white guy did anything, whether it was justified self-defense, anything. Look how quickly he got the whole entire book thrown at him. If I did this, I wouldn't have the book thrown at me. I'd have the book thrown through me. Or I'd get bludgeoned to death with the book. No one can even try to, deny that. So how the hell did these girls for murder reach that kind of a deal? And the media not pick up on it at all. Now, they're still going on about, January 6th and blaming that for everything that happens. But, they mentioned this twice, maybe 3 times. Straight up murder, stole the car, this young. Why would they do that? It doesn't fit their agenda of white supremacy and racism everywhere. Coming from white people. Can't forget that part. Coming from white people. White supremacy. We are the devil. Apparently. And, if this was 2 white teens, you'd have heard all about it. Why? Because it fits their agenda. They jump all over anything that fits their agenda. And it's getting rid of guns or that. Or white supremacy. That's all they cover. And Trump. Can't forget Trump. Heaven forbid you can't forget him. It's all they want to cover. Still, he's gone. People saying they got, PTSD as in post-Trump stress disorder, which is just like stelter, and then like that's offensive to people that actually have, like, that's really making a mockery of people that actually like went and dealt with real things and have PTSD. So shove that up your you know where, shine it up real nice, turn it sideways even. But yeah, but if I did this, I guarantee if I did this, I wouldn't be getting away with, no jail time. And my jail time would be way, way longer than the time they're going to stay in a juvenile facility. And where the hell is the parents on this? Why the hell is this like so normal? The only thing's usually all about is their phone. Like, how is that your priority? Like, when you just killed a guy, like, what the hell is wrong with the people in that generation? Or anyone that can do that. And the only thing they care about is their phone. Like, you just killed a guy, he's laid out there dying. Carjacking, wrecked that, and you're just worried about your phone. What in the hell? Like, how the hell did, like, society get to this? That's what I want to know. How is it even feasible that we got to this? It's delicious. How? To the point where, like, you just kill a guy, steal his car, and the only thing you're caring about is your phone when they're trying to pull you from the wreckage. Like, there's just so much wrong there. This person on the video, at one video I saw it happen and they chased him down. And they just killed that guy, telling the National Guard people that at least looked like the National Guard, at least did that much. But this is like a societal, like I keep saying, hate. Like, this is hate and just lack of discipline and everything. There's such a narcissistic society anymore. It's just disgusting. Truly, truly disgusting. I can't find a word that I could say on here that's better. Lots of other words I could throw in there, but I'm not allowed to. So, anyway, let's move on. I was at a Joe Biden moment, you see that? Anyway, at least I finished my damn thought before I did it, which he can't. That gets us on to, political hit jobs. We've seen a lot of them. Over the last couple of years especially, they used to happen. But, it's just been a full-fledged assault for the last couple of years. To go from, and the idiots that keep listening to it, too. Like, you lefties out there, like, that's over. Like, that hear bits and pieces and don't try to look up, whole entire speeches. Because, when you look up the whole speech, you go, oh. Yeah, that's not exactly all that he said. No, it's not exactly all that he said. Not at all. Like Charlottesville, very fine people on both sides. Never mind the part where, talked about the idiots that were causing chaos, put them down. I was talking about, the peaceful people on both sides that were, doing, their peaceful protesting, which they have the right to do. Like, nope, cut that part out. Can't mention that. And no one actually looks, and people, just believe it verbatim. The bleach thing from just last year. Drink bleach. Inject it. Like, if you watch it, see if we could do something, find a way to do something like that inside the body. Like, that was, the premise of the rest of what he said, but, they cut all that out, and then people still argue to this day, even though the whole video is out there, and their own liberal media fact checkers say, yeah, he didn't directly say to do that, actually. They still fight it. And defend it to this day. Like, what level of dumb do you have to be to defend that level of dumb? I haven't found an answer for that, so hopefully someone can tell me, but that gets us to what 60 Minutes tried to do to Governor DeSantis of Florida when it comes to, the whole vaccine rollout. And there's no better word than it was, a political hit job. They tried to put a hatchet right into his back. I don't know. Tried to legit bury the hatchet in him. Get him over with, because everything he's been doing has been against them and it's working. Their hit job is astronomical. If you pay no attention to me, as I try to get this here, because I have his speech, actually, like a good chunk of it here. There we go. But they said, after DeSantis saying that he had a pay-to-play program, that's why, Publix, that's what the whole thing came down to. It was all about Publix getting, main priority right at the beginning of the second, rollout here, to get it to more, the general public. Now that they got, the people that really needed, long-term care facilities and those people all covered. Well, not all covered, but they're covered really good in this amount of time. And trying to broaden the horizons for the general public. They said, oh, it's a hit shot because they gave you $100,000 for your re-election campaign. It's like, yeah, and they gave way more than that to Democrats last year as well in the state, and $1 million to the Progressive Urban League last year. Like, so they gave money to everybody. Don't worry though. Your friends at CBS left that part out. They edited that out. They didn't tell anyone about that. Why? Because I would just go and blow their whole argument up in about 13 seconds. Because I'm giving it time for the bomb to actually at least, the hypothetical bomb to at least come down and then explode on everybody. They left that out. They cut off most of his answer to a lot of things when they brought up the, pay to play. But here we go. Like, this is just, remember, this is just a snippet. It's not the whole thing. I'm not going over the whole thing. Just because we don't have that kind of time. But here we go. First of all, the first pharmacies that had the vaccine were CVS and Walgreens, and they had a long-term care mission. So they were going to the long-term care facilities. They got the vaccine in the middle of December. They started going to the long-term care facilities the third week in December to do long-term care facilities and their patients and all that. So that was their mission. That was very important, and we trusted them to do that. As we got into January, we wanted to expand the distribution points. So yes, you had the counties, you had some drive-through sites, you had hospitals that were doing a lot, but we wanted to get it into communities more. So we reached out to other retail pharmacies. Publix, Walmart, obviously CVS and Walgreens had to finish that mission and said, we're going to use you as soon as you're done with that. That's a whole lot of, duh. Like, there it is right there. It's amazing how, they cut out, so much of that. But again, show didn't cut out what he said about CVS and Walgreens, them already doing it, doing long-term care facilities, and they were working with them for, since there were vaccines at all, of course. Cut that out. Cut out the difference between, they did the long-term care facilities and had these people doing it to get that taken care of first. And now they're working on the broader population, the Gen Pop. And they need different strategies to get that, to get them both done, because they are both two completely different things. Obviously, they shouldn't have to worry about that. You shouldn't need to think to even understand that. Didn't mention that Walmart was also used in delivery of vaccines to help move that along to the Gen Pop. They left that part out. Shocker. Didn't mention his work, extending efforts to minority communities and getting them to come out, to help them, because they were hit strongly. Just like everyone else, but they were hit, and, get to them, especially in, Florida. Lots of minority communities down there. Lots of people coming in from all over the place that went there. It's just truth and the way it is. And they didn't, mention that Publix was so prominent in the, rollout of the second stage, or phase, or whatever you want to call it, of the vaccine rollout, because they said they were the first one to get ready. They said they were ready already. So they got it first. It had nothing to do with money. They were the first one to play such a prominent role because they were ready the fastest. And they have almost 1,000 locations in Florida. So, what the hell is the problem? And of course, they had to turn into it's pay to play because they gave you campaign money. And no, it actually had nothing to do with that. At all. Whatsoever. But again, there was a snippet of it, and how much of that did you actually hear in that interview? Go listen to what they aired, and listen to the whole thing. And then continue to tell me and everyone else that says they're crazy, and they're lying, and they're just doing whatever they can to propagandize the world. That's even a word. It is now, if it isn't. Propagandize. And they're just spewing all this. It was a smear campaign to try to go after him and say, hey, pay to play, make him look to be a scumbag. And he's actually done a way better job than, the Cuomo's of the world. Governor Wolf in Pennsylvania admitted that they should be doing a lot better. Gavin Newsom in California, he'd do better. There's all these places where it's doing a lot worse that are run by other, the other party, the side that, the media loves. Now look at Cuomo and all his stuff. They're not covering that, but they're doing this to him. Just to make him look bad and editing out like minutes of what he said. And then it gets thrown in their face and they're still defending it. Like they are still, right now, CBS defending it to this day. To this point, right now. Never mind the fact that it's been proven that they edited out minutes and minutes of his responses to get the little bits that, fit what they want. Like they're still defending it. People are still defending them for defending it. Like pure, unadulterated just smear and hate. And people are like, we got your back. Ooh, and then they're defending themselves. I mean, they have to defend themselves, but like it's so big now, what are they going to do? I mean, they've dug in so deeply defending themselves that it's like Cuomo, if he just resigned now, suddenly like, yep, you did it. Like, just kept deny. And now, look, I mean, you're stuck. You're backed into a corner. There's nothing you can do now. You just have to keep going, no matter how much you're proven to be an idiot. And I'm tired of these smear campaigns, and I know everyone knows better and can do better. And they should do better. We shouldn't let, these people get away with, like, that bad of a lie to the whole entire world. Because how many people watch 60 Minutes? So how many of them saw that part? I think he's a complete, like, scumbag douche canoe, and now they're going to move right on to the next thing, because they're never going to look up and see anything different. Like Facebook and all of them take all the stuff down. Notice they didn't take anything down that they shared about, this interview and these snippets. They didn't take that down as being false. Like, there's people sharing memes right now that say, if selfies were available, if people had cell phones that could take selfies in World War II and or send Snapchats. And there are people taking that down because, they didn't have the ability. Like, Facebook's all over that, but this is okay. And it's just so backwards, it hurts my brain. Now, thanks, we're going to move on to something that's more personal that hurts my brain a lot less. I mean, it hurt my brain at the time. There's stuff that, I'll never get back memory-wise, cognitively, directional issues, lots of fun stuff. But, I mean, we'll get into, what happened to me at the end of 2019, night before Thanksgiving. A lot of you probably don't know. This would be the time for you to listen. If this is your first time listening to anything I've said. Yeah, it was a wild one. Before we get into that, though, in 2017, there were roughly 143 million taxpayers, and healthcare costs, like last year alone, continued to, go up over $4 trillion, which means if they break it down, all this, everyone pays in, like, to pay for everyone to have healthcare, like, that's over $12,000 a person, tax-paying person, to cover everyone. Just wanted to throw that out there, but the ridiculousness of that. And now here's this ridiculousness. Okay. A lot of people know. Yes, I did totally get hit while crossing Western Boulevard. I don't remember any of it. All I know is it was a white, full-size Silverado. I went flying through the air. Pretty sure I had to have scorpioned with how my forehead looked. Landed right on my brain. I was responsive. I don't remember any of it. Last thing I remember is a fountain here in the neighborhood, and it takes like another 20 minutes or so past that to get up to Western. That truck had to be going, the speed limit right there is 55. Had to be going at least, the passing lane, 60, 65? Probably more. I know how fast people fly down that road, so. Yeah, but, woke up in getting put in the life flight. I was responsive the whole time for those couple hours. They're all gone. Probably memories never coming back. Had a lot of fun. Spent some time in the hospital. And there's people that, talked about, again, that Medicare for All, it's going to, save everyone so much money, be so much cheaper and better. My big problem with all this is, okay, it's because, they say insurance rates are out of control. And, yeah, for how much people actually use it, insurance rates are ridiculous. But here's a good one, okay? The medical facility I was at did a great job. Can't complain about them one bit. Not at all. I have more complaints about the VA than I do them. But 16 months later, here was the big number, and this is a smaller number than it was at. When they had everything added in there, everything got broken down finally where it should go. But $85,942.86 is what they charged me. So basically 86 grand. $57.14 shy. When you're talking about $86,000. Yeah, it's $86,000. That's what they charged me. And the other day I got the phone call from somewhere. I'm sure it wasn't Salem, Virginia. I think it was Roanoke or something. I don't know. But this says Salem. But they called and left a message. Said that the bill is officially considered paid in full. So, eternally grateful. I'm not complaining about, them paying it. Could it have gone faster? Damn right it could have gone faster. Would have been a lot easier to sleep the last while, not knowing that, there went $86,000 over my head. But they charged me $86,000, and for it to be considered paid in full, the insurance company, being the VA in this situation, only had to pay $14,020.96. So they wanted 86 for me. The insurance company only had to pay 14 to get it covered, and they were good with that. So the real question is, why the hell do they charge people? You see the number they want from you, which is and then the number the insurance gets with, only has to pay that much to get it considered paid in full, which granted, I don't have to pay it. So I'm happy for that. I'm not trying to freak out about that. I mean, a $71,000 difference. I've always been unhappy about the way they charge people and how much expensive everything is, and every year people have to get raises. So, to cover that, to keep their bottom line, cost of everything has to go up. But you get mad at the insurance companies all you want. They're not the ones billing people. They're the ones that get billed and have to pay the thing. And for there to be a $71,000 difference between the two, this is how much they want from the American people. It's a regular Joe like me. But the insurance company only has to pay $71,000 less, which is how the insurance companies, yes, they are making buku bucks out of it. And that $14,000, I'm sure, is still making great money for the hospital when you think about it, or wherever you go. Never the place is called and considered, but $71,000 difference. Just before that's just, might as well if you round up the $72,000 difference, but that's where, medical billing, all of it, and doesn't matter what they do to the insurance, billing is still going to be the same, so they got to do something. That's ridiculous. The billing is out of control, but, that's out of control, and then the amount of money that you have to pay compared to the insurance companies, which, they still make all that money, is out of control. They're in cahoots, but we can, not forget about how much hospitals charge the actual individuals and then how much the insurance has to cover. I'm sure you people somewhere out there all have medical bills. You can look this stuff up and see the difference between what they wanted from you and how much the insurance company was able to get away with paying. Or lack thereof paying, in this case. It's right there. You can't see it, but it's right there. It's not even that's not even a difference. That's just a slap in the face. So there needs to be a big conversation about that, in my opinion. Thankfully, I remember getting unloaded from the life flight, spending way too much time there, and that's another damn story. Bill wouldn't have been so high. But, I was stuck there for an extra, 4 days. I was supposed to leave Sunday. Didn't get to leave until Thursday. At least I think it was Thursday, late Thursday. So think of all the extra bills that, all the extra money that got paid up in the prescriptions and me being in a room for that long. And really, I was there for stupid stuff. Stupid. But when we get up to the actual anniversary of it, I think that's what I'm going to do, regardless of the day of the week. We're going to get a whole story about that entire day and the whole process of everything that happened over the next week or so. Because again, I'm sure a lot of you had no idea, because, no offense, I didn't tell anyone. More people found out from, Crystal and my sister telling people than found out from me. Nothing against y'all. Anyone that's known me knows, don't really tell people things. And the fact that I didn't have my phone made it kind of hard, but it was a fun one. But the big story I got away from it was when I saw that bill and how much they had to pay compared to how much I would have had to pay. That's just obscene. That being said, remember to like and follow across everywhere and share this out. If you're watching, the video, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble, it's on all three of them. You can share those all out, like, follow, throw some comments to help me out, get me on the list. I don't know. More comments, more follows, the easier it is for, sponsorships and all those other things to help build this thing. You want the audio version? Again, go over it again. Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, Radio Public, Pocket Casts, and Google Podcasts. And they're all under the moniker, Jesse Rosinski Show. On all of them, no matter what platform you go to. I think I just named off 9. I've rattled off 9. Whenever they are, they're all under all of them. The audio one I do separately, of course, but it's the same subject matter. It just has the advertisement spots for sponsors that I have. But hopefully this opened up your eyes to a bunch of stuff and help change the conversation. And if that hit job on DeSantis didn't do anything to you and you still think that the media is like all, I just did that, can't do that, all peachy, then you're a psychopath. I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah. My throat's just dead for some reason, but like, share, comment, follow, tell everyone about it. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all. And come back for tomorrow. Another good one tomorrow. Got some good stuff lined up. It'll be lots of fun. Informative. That's what I really tried to be. So, thanks for watching. Again, like, share, follow, comment across everywhere. It just helps everyone in the long run. Tell people about it. And until tomorrow, peace.